Welcome to Grad Connect. My name is Kush Raval, and today I'm in conversation with Pragyan. Pragyan has also enrolled as a GradRight ambassador and is representing Webster University. Pragyan, please could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much, Kush, for this opportunity. And hi, everyone. It's me, Pragyan. I'm originate from Nepal, currently doing my master's in Webster University. So I'm doing my master's in cybersecurity. So it's my major for me now. And I have done my undergrad from Sarda University, Delhi. And after that, I have the work experience of 1 year in technical line. I was a technical support for ISP in Nepal. After that, I had applied for my master's in Webster University and I got selected here and then I moved in here. So it's been like 6 months now. I have been in the Webster University doing my master's. Thank you.
That's amazing, Pragyan. So today we'll be talking about Pragyan's journey to the Webster University and grab some insights about the university. Thank you, Pragyan, for taking time out to help Indian students with their journey to masters abroad. So, Pragyan, what led to the thought of pursuing a master's degree in cybersecurity?
Okay. So that's an interesting question. I think the IT, the cyberspace, and the computer technology is so vast and it is increasing day by day. New technology are coming. And from my early age only, I was lucky to have a computer in my home in my so early age. So I was always fascinated about this kind of technology. I was always playing games, using different kind of software, doing different kind of stuff in computer. So it fascinates me a lot about this kind of stuff. So computer engineering in undergrad also. I was thinking of taking MBBS and other agriculture stuff like that, but I get stuck in the computer engineering. I was always a computer geek guy like that type, so I select the computer engineering undergrad, and after finishing the undergrad, I got some experience in technical field. That's why
Mhm.
I choose the cybersecurity because I was doing the networking side work in the ISP, and that work gave me more interest about the cybersecurity. And I thought that doing the cybersecurity will be the best because the everything is now digitalized and people need the security. People need something to protect the data and stuff like this interest me about cybersecurity and I choose the subject.
Right, because everything is going online and
Yeah,
we
that's
see
it.
like metaverse is going to be the future and cybersecurity will be there. So, what was your process like to
Yeah.
shortlist the course and the university you wanted?
Okay, so my process for this journey for this Webster was like pretty not that tough because I hired one of the consultancy for this because I was working like 17 hours a day, so I didn't have much time for the choosing the university. But the lucky part was that the consultancy gave me full details of the universities. Like they gave me the details of like three universities. One of the universities was Lewis University, second was Webster, and third some Pennsylvania University. And among these three universities, why I choose the Webster because the global university. I saw it that I heard like my friend was also studying in Thailand. My one of the friend was studying here only. So I talked to them and they told there is a good exposure. As in my undergrad also I was in Sarda University. It have a good exposure. So I select the basis of the Sarda and what the similar to the Sarda. So the Webster journey was quite well and I researched about the Webster. Of course, I researched about
Mhm.
all the things, what the certificate matters. And the Webster University certificate matters is that it is I think it is aggregated to National Security Agency, NSA, the certificate
Okay.
it gives, it is
Mhm.
aggregated to that certificate. And we give the lots of options also, like in the master's degree, we can get the threat detection also. We can get the national security strategy. It comes to the degree name, like master's in cybersecurity in threat detection in national security. So I have this option and I choose the threat detection part and it doesn't cost any extra amount in the Webster University. So it was a good part of this. Like I can be specific masters in this field, kind of. So this was the quite easy journey because I haven't done anything like consultancy. I had done all the parts. The banking parts is also done by, and my father is also in the banking industry. So it was not hectic for me to get a loan or to be sponsored by them. So yeah, that's the journey.
So that's a good insight, which the students should take care of it. So, like, what did you do to make your resume strong, and like, what do you think made you stand out to get selected to Webster University?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Kush. Like when I was doing when I was applying for the jobs in the Nepal also, so my resume was not that strong, but I have to make it a unique resume. So I use the graphics resume. I use the graphics resume now also in the Webster also for applying for the on-campus job and stuff like that. So I always prefer to say to anyone like, don't write too much bulk things in the resume. Just write your certificates, education, and this kind of stuff. And try to be a graphics one. Like many people don't use the graphics resume, and they think
Right.
that the HR won't like that. But in my concept, in my play, that resume is playing a good role, and everyone is saying like, you have a good resume. I don't have a much experience to write much things about in resume,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
that resume stands a unique position in so many things. So yeah, that's the thing.
And what in your profile, like, do you think made it like strong enough to get secure an admission at Webster University? Like a few points which you feel like this is what made me to this position.
Yeah, so I have written the SOP. I haven't written details much about the resume like in the Oyster, but I have written my own SOP. And the consultancy told me that can I write your SOP? But no, I will write myself. And in SOP, I mentioned that I have experience in this kind of company in Nepal. Now I am pursuing this, and I mentioned that one main thing like my Nepal is like a small country and it's developing. And in my country, there are not much cyber specialists. If
Right.
there are, then they are doing abroad job. They are settling in abroad country. But
Hmm.
I write this direct point that I want to do something. I want to contribute my skills and knowledge that I have, that I will take in the Webster and will go back to my country and do something about that thing. I think that's the point they will like. They like the most, and they replied also. They replied like that, we love that you love your country, you love you want to contribute. All many students say that they want to do something in US, they want to settle in US and something like that. But I mentioned that I would like to return to the country and would contribute the knowledge and the skills I gain in the Webster University. That will be my pleasure, and I have written this kind of stuff. So I think that makes a point, that makes that unique. I think many students like, they usually say that cybersecurity is this, IT is going. Yeah, everyone knows IT is growing, but what you are doing, what you are contributing to IT space, the cyber space, and that's the point which makes the unique thing.
That's amazing. And could you like highlight your application process for Webster University?
Yeah. So the application, I think the applications letters are in their website only. After the official application written, we have to submit our all the transcript from the our high school, school, and undergrad if you are doing the masters. Otherwise, the
Hmm.
if you are applying for the undergrad, then there will be result till +2 high school. After
Okay.
that, they will send an app. I will have to submit our financial documents also, because they want to know, and it's a private university, they cost a lot, to be honest. So they require a good financial papers for that. And after submitting all this document, they will send the I-20. And after the I-20, I have taken the visa date, and I got lucky that I don't I have uh, I got lucky because I got so early date of the visa interview, that, and then I just gave the interview, and luckily I passed that interview.
Amazing. And considering like, did you get any scholarship? And if yes, what's the process for that?
Okay, so Webster University is in loss. To be honest, it is in loss because they have a branch in the Thailand also. That college is stopped now due to the COVID pandemic and stuff like that. So they are not giving much scholarship. They are saying that they are just giving the discount. And I got the 15% tuition fee discount early. And that process was we have to talk with the international admission officers. There are like international
Mhm.
advisors. If we will submit the application and there is the option for the discount also. So if we will say we want an initial discount, then that's the discount only. And when so my GPA is good nowadays. Like I have a 4 by 4 GPA, and when I asked to the international division for more scholarship, they were like, sorry, we can't give. You have initial or 15% discount scholarship, and that's the what we can give. And that's it. And 15 to 20% is the maximum scholarship you will get in the Western University.
Okay, so that was like a transparent side towards the scholarship scenario. And coming towards the university, how diverse is your batch and what background do other students have?
Oh wow, that's a very good. The university is beautiful. The country, the students from all over the world is here. The students from the Europe is coming. The students from the Africa is coming. All of the students. The university is diverse with many types of students. The faculty
Mhm.
members are also from different countries, so they do have their own experience in their country. They are sharing this kind of stuff. So that's the perfect university if anyone wants to study in the international level. Students like
Right.
not only the US citizens are only not here, the citizens from all over the world is here. And that's the very good part. Like we have so many friends from different types of countries, so it makes us lucky to having this sort of university. The exposure is good. We do have a many stuffs going on in the university. We have to check every events in the website. We don't uh, we can't be like, they inform us about all the programs and events, but there are
Mhm.
so many programs and events going on that we have to check one by one who's the
Right, right.
interesting one. And that's the awesome part of this university.
And considering the teaching methodology, like how is it different from India and how do you feel the professors are at Webster University?
So the teaching methodology, like in pandemic, I think Webster University also take the Zoom classes and stuff like that. But
Right, right.
after coming here, we got two options. Like there's a webnet classes and online classes. So the difference between the webnet class and the online class is that the online class is like stuff. They will post the discussion, they will post the assignment in our portal, and we have to do on. There will be no interaction with the professor and stuff like that. And the webnet class will be participating with the lecturer, the professor, and the professor will be in our
Mhm.
main campus or in our downtown campus. If we want to join his class, then we have to visit that campus and we can take a live to live class with the professor. Or if you want to take from your home, then we can participate through Zoom also. And there are like two types of class happening in the Webster University, and that's the webnet is like Zoom class, like we are talking. This is the webnet session for us.
Right, right, right.
and
Mhm.
and the online section was like they will just post it, and if you want to interact with the professor, then we have to send him a message and he will reply as soon as possible.
That's nice. So, considering going over like to the course, how intense do you feel the course is?
The course is, I believe that course that international students have a difficult time while studying, while working. We all know that we have to work also, we have to study also. So if we give the time in cybersecurity, so talking about my subject, so I am getting a good marks in every subject. I am getting A only. So I think if we give like 2 to 3 hours just for the assignment and just to study and the research, and we can easily finish this course with a very good marks.
Mhm.
And the course is not that tough. Like the main thing is about Webster University is the all the cybersecurity courses like theory. They are not teaching us any practical thing, to be honest.
Right, right.
We have to do all the research. This is all research based masters. But in research based masters also, I personally get on very good knowledge about the cybersecurity. I know about the terms, I know about the certification, I know about the what kind of jobs are there, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think talking about the professors also, many professors are like much experience in this field. Many are the military veteran and they work in the intelligence offices in US and Canada and the country like that. And they have a more than experience, like my all professor have experience more than 6 years in this field only. So
Mhm.
it makes fun to study also, like if you will ask any kind of stuff and they try to answer that thing. If they don't give, they will note it down, they will remind that question and they will say in the next class, and they don't forget anything like what we asked and what we are saying to them. And that's a very good thing about the professor here also, like they remind us, you asked this question last time, do you know? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you asked this, I will give the answer for this, I searched this. And they will do research for us also. And that's a very good thing about professors here.
That's a good process in keeping the teaching process of
Yeah.
interacting with the students. And going forward, you haven't yet gone through the recruitment journey, but can you throw some light? Like you might have talked to people about the recruitment journey, like where do the students get placed and what's like the average salary expectations?
Yeah, talking about my field like cybersecurity. So for the international student, it is kind of tough because it is just security related, and many US companies try to hire the US citizenship. But we don't have to lose any faith and the hope, because we can get an internship here. And I got selected in the Equifax internship for the March fall one. So they will give me the internship for the like 8 weeks, something like that. And after that, I have to search for the placement. And there's a department called career counseling, something like that in Webster also. They make the resume and the cover letter far better than anyone. Like if we will give our resume, they will try to consult it, they will give us advice, what things should you mention in the resume and like that. And we do have our own platform of the job also. There's a handshake job application. Usually in the Webster University, they told us to log in that, and in that application, many international students get selected from that application. So we can get a salary, like if we are the master's student, you have an experience of 1 year or 2 year, then the average salary from $80,000 per annum. It is the starting point. So I think it is a good starting for the non-experienced guy earning 80,000 per annum.
Right, right, right. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like you mentioned about part-time jobs. So, are you also doing a part-time job as well and managing studies?
Yeah, I'm doing my part-time job as a student assistant in my library. Sorry,
Hmm.
in our library, in the Webster University library.
Okay. Hmm.
So I'm there. When I first came here, I was like, I was free. I got a class only 2 days a week. So my mind was like diverting. I'm all alone in this country and I'm not doing nothing. So this kind of stuff give me a lots of hectic. So after that, I have been through to the career counseling office and they gave me the idea of the handshake job, and they told me how to source, how to apply, and all of the things. They gave me the good advice about that. And after that, I had applied 2 3 job titles in the Webster University. So I
Hmm.
got selected in 2 1, but I get failed in one position, that was the teaching tutor, because of my accent. And after that, I got selected in the student assistant in the Emerson Library. That is the biggest library in this area also. So I get selected there, and I am working there since January, from the starting of the student.
That's pretty amazing. And
Yeah.
what can you throw some light on the life outside the campus? Like, in which city do you live in? How is that city? And on what average, what are your expenses for the month?
Yeah, so St. Louis is, I think, quite cheap than any other cities in the US, I think. For the student, if you want to live in the part-time earning also, then it's the perfect city to live. Yeah, many says like in the South City, it is quite risky, many gunshoots that happen, but I think US is all over the gun shooting only. It
Hmm.
doesn't, not only in this place, all over the place this is happening. So for the student, it is quite cheap. There is a public transportation accessible. I can get to the Webster University by the metro bus. I can use the train also, if anything, if you want to go to the downtown and stuff like that. So the main thing, public transportation is there. It is cheap. We can go. And the environment, it is a silent environment. Like there is no big buildings all over the
Hmm.
university. There is only the buildings in the downtown, but in this side there's residential and the university area. So it is quite peaceful and a beautiful place. They try to manage that area. Our Webster groups, where is our university is located, that area is also beautiful, and there is no risks at all. Like there will be no shootings, no risks of gangsters. There's a very good area, and it's a clean also. Yeah, that's the thing. And for the student, I will suggest come to the St. Louis if you want to come, because it's a cheap. We can tolerate this kind of stuff. Like we don't have to much expense here also. And my expense is like per month, I have to pay rent and I have to for the grocery. It's coming like 400 to 500.
That's pretty convenient.
Yeah, it's convenient.
And going forward, like I'll now ask this question to you. Like, tell me about a few things you love about Webster University and a few things you don't like.
Okay, I will say what I like first. And the first thing is that the main exposure, and we get so many events. We have to go. If I want to participate in any program, there are so many professors are there. They will try to convince us, please come participate. And that participation in the event is so fruitful. We will know after the end of the program of everything. So the main thing is there are lots of events and programs happening in the Webster University. That is awesome.
Mhm.
That's in my field also. Like many professors organize their own programs for the every field. Like last time, one of the professor organized career event, and he personally called 3 to 4 countries like Mastercard, Equifax, and many more companies for his personal resume. And that was awesome because we have to share, we get the chance to share our resume and all things about
Right,
that. They
right.
have our resume, and that's the better thing. And the employee, after working in this year, many supervisors are friendly to every international student. They won't discriminate about anything. They are the good one. They will try to suggest anything. And what else about the I can say about Oxford University? I think that study sometimes, because we're doing technical subject here. So I was expecting some kind of programming stuff, technical part, doing this and that practically, but it was not there. It was all research based, theory based. I didn't know about the US based studies also, but many in US in universities, this thing is happening. Like all masters are doing the research based only. I didn't know about
Right,
that.
right.
So
Mhm.
I was expecting this thing, practical studies, but it was not there. We have to do by own self. That is also good. We will manage that, and that's the only thing, Push.
So, like, will this drawback, like, if you consider this drawback, if you could go back in time, do you feel you could have done a few things differently, or do you feel this is the right path for you?
Now coming this path, I think this is a good path because the research-based knowledge also give us the idea of many things, idea of the many terms and the knowledge we do not possess before. But I had applied to many, like I mentioned, like I was getting accepted by 3 universities, and among the 3 universities in the cybersecurity, there were not practical subjects. There was a subject called cryptography, but in cryptography, I was expecting it was kind of practical subject doing some stuffs in the computer. But in the 3 universities only, it is research based. We have to write the term paper every time. We have to give the assignments only. We have to write. So after that, I didn't have time to circle my mind, so I just selected the Webster University, and that's it. And there will be no drawback because I think many universities in students who graduated in cybersecurity, they are in the good position now. And we see the alumni list; they give the alumni where the companies students are working in the students, and we talked. I talked from my LinkedIn post, LinkedIn profile, and they were like, yeah, you have to learn your skills by yourself, but the knowledge given by the Western University, it is quite good. It will help you. Don't get nervous, don't get any panic that you are not getting any skills and the practical knowledge, but it will help in somehow and in some way.
So, what are your future aspirations after you complete this course?
Okay. So I think after my graduation, I think I will graduate on 2023 May on, and
Mhm.
I got a CPT work. I have to do internship. So many students don't like to do CPT also. So I will suggest do some CPT in the US company so that you will understand the culture, working culture in the organization.
Right.
So my first thing is that I will do the CPT, and after the CPT, I can apply for the OPT also. So I'm trying to get the jobs in the IT or cybersecurity analyst, IT analyst, anything that will support my this knowledge will help me to uplift. So after working to 2 3 years, I will try to get the job in Nepal. Like in Nepal, also there are two three companies in the cybersecurity. They are trying to hire so many things, but we don't have many skilled manpower in Nepal. I think I will get back to my country after having my 2 3 experience, because without a experience, there is nothing to do in Nepal also.
Right. So, sorry to cut you down again, but can you just elaborate what is CPT and OPT? Like many of the students won't know that.
Okay. So CPT is the curriculum practical. It means that you have to source the internship, and the CPT only exists from to 9 weeks. I think we can do only 9 weeks, and that is also the duration after you pass the 4 consecutive terms. Like I have passed my 4 consecutive terms, 1 2 3. I think I have already completed my 24 credit. After completing the 24 to 18 credits, you can apply for the CPT. And
Okay.
the OPT means after work, your work study visa. OPT means work study visa. You have to apply after your completion of your degree. And the time period of OPT changes every year. I think the United States government, what they do, but they do always change the rules every year. And now this year we get the OPT for 3 years. Like
Okay.
if I have placed the OPT in some IT company, uh, I can work there for 1 year. After 1 year, if I want to again continue my work, then I have to again come to the university and get the OPT letter approved, and I can apply for more than 2 years. And the total will
Okay.
be like 3 years OPT time period for international student. And this only is for the technology subject, STEM subject, science, technology, engineering, maths. For the management students, it is only 1 year, but for the STEM subjects, we get 3 years chance to work in US.
Okay. Okay. And you have already shared enough knowledge to the students now. Like any last advice for the students who want to pursue a master's at Webster University?
Okay. So if you want to come to the masters in the Webster University, then please do research by your own, because the on research is quite fruitful than any other suggestions and advices. And yeah, and many students ask me in the LinkedIn also, like how to apply the on-campus job and that kind of stuff. To be honest, every detail is given in the official website. Everything we can do from the website itself. We can get connected to every supervisors. We can get connected to every professor and stuff like that. So please do come. The in Webster, I won't say just a Webster University. There are lots of other universities providing this kind of course, but in
Hmm.
Webster University, you can get the experienced professors that are working in this field or that are retired from this field. So they do have a different knowledge. They just don't give you the course knowledge only. They will give the out experience or they will suggest you work. They will try to connect you with the company employers and the stuff like that, which gives
Okay.
a quite advantage for this university.
That was a wonderful advice. Coming to the last question, if you would have known GradRight, do you feel your journey would have been a bit simpler?
Yeah, of course. I didn't know I was doing all things like physical stuff like that, going always consultancy, going back, and I didn't know about this platform in online platform only. If you can search and if the mentor like you can suggest a thing like in Zoom only, so it will be far better, easier. It will be like I can get to know about different kind of universities. If I can talk to the university at that time of Webster University, then my experience was been a different. Like I did not have to be hectic. Like when we come here at first time, the pressure of the new environment is different for the Asian students mainly.
Right, right.
So if I get the chance talking about the ex students or the like if someone will talk to me about the Webster University, now I can clearly give them an idea and suggestions, and they can take a decision after listening to me, right? So
Mhm.
of course it will be quite simpler.
And thank you, Pragyan. I know a lot of Indians will benefit from the insights you have shared today. It was wonderful experience talking to you, and I wish you all the best for your journey ahead. Thank you so much.